You wanna see if I'm down, turn it up loud, zoom in on me from the crowd. Now that you're jumping the gun, spoiling my fun. On my heels when I'm done. I don't know why you keep falling, you put on a shoe, but I see all the colors inside. We only here for the ride, made up my mind. You wanna cream of the crop, see what I got, already turning it up. Now that you're jumping the gun, spoiling my fun. On my heels when I'm done. I don't know why you keep falling, you put on a shoe, but I see all the colors inside. We only here for the ride, made up my mind. You be popping bottles, getting faded, flashing lights, tripping, talking a mess, turn the tables overnight. See you keep switching stances, like you famous, like you know. You're popping the bottles for what? You're popping the bottles for what? You be popping bottles, getting faded, flashing lights, tripping, talking a mess, turn the tables overnight.
What's going on, YouTube? We just wrapped up week 10. We're about 2 weeks out from the Ghost Clash 3. We are definitely feeling the fatigue of meat prep. We're pretty much where we should be, despite a couple of hiccups. Biggest change for this meat prep was taking an extra squat day for peaking. Normally, I finish off my peaking with squats, and I don't finish with squats. Biggest difference is that I'm not in reps, so we're not loading as much weight, and it's not going to be as taxing on the CNS. That being the case, let's talk about how squats went. So on Monday, Monday was a little weird. It was definitely not the best case scenario at the start, but it ended up being very, very good in the end. Problem was the week prior, I had ruptured another knee sleeve. I think it has to do with the size of my quads and the size of my calves. Again, I already have to size up for my calves, and sad part is right when the knee sleeves start feeling really good and really mobile, that's when it usually ruptures that day. So that being the case, had a backup pair, very thankful about that. Came into squats wearing them as I normally would. Again, new sleeves, very tight, they're not broken in, hurt like hell. I tried to wear them as I normally would, where like I would pull them up and then kind of pack them down, wear them half on until I needed to, but the issue was they would just cut into my calves so much where it was the most painful thing, and it started putting my legs to sleep. So it was very hard to like support my weight. I felt drained. It was just an awful experience. I think I got up to about 230 kilograms or 507, and I could barely do that. It just hurt so much, and I was so drained of energy. I basically thought to myself, let's just pack it up. I don't need to prove anything. I know what I'm capable of at the meet. But then I decided to, in the end, take off my sleeves, which I should have done at the start. But take them fully off, rest, put them back on only for the squats. And that was the big game changer, where even after a couple of minutes, my legs started to basically wake up again. The pain started to go away. And again, just having to squat for that short amount of time, just popping them up was key. So definitely after that, we had one of my attempts, second to last warm up at 660 or 300 kilograms. That moved really nicely. Again, we've been progressing that for a couple of weeks, so definitely happy with that. My last warm up attempt at 320 kilograms or 705 pounds would be the real test. Again, taking the sleeves off, putting them back on. And again, that felt a lot better, felt really good. So I felt comfortable enough to take my top set at 340 kilograms. I was kind of debating before going into this, before this whole debacle happened, that I wanted to take between 340, 345, 350. But after all of this happened and all the wear and tear, I was like, no, we'll just do the 340. No point in trying to overstress something. So got 340, 749 pounds, put on. biggest difference here too. I knew this was the last attempt. The weeks prior and up to now, I'd been really consciously tempoing down into the hole, which, you know, good. I'm staying tight, but the bad part is, like, you know, that can exhaust you. So I wanted to control drop, and I hadn't done that yet. So I was a little worried about that, but in the end, I was just like, fuck it. Let's do a controlled drop into the hole. And that was great. Like, it moved the best out of any of the warm-ups. It moved really fast. I was very happy about that. Granted, for my standards, I think the depth was perfectly fine here, but of course, for my standards, I'm always, even if it's borderline or slightly below borderline, again, if you have a judge looking at the wrong angle, at the hip crease or something, and you have quads, you know, you don't want that to be called high. So I always look at that. Again, looking back to it, seemed to be fine, but I'm always questioning that just to make sure, you know, I don't squat anything to be worth nothing at a meet. But after that, pretty much was fried. I had back downs, did not do them. In the end, very, very happy of how everything went. So after that, I had to go travel to Clarksville, Tennessee for a job. I was supposed to leave on Monday, but I didn't want to take a heavy squat at a place I didn't know with nobody that I knew to spot me, and especially how the day went, it was definitely a good idea that I didn't do that. So I didn't have my normal breakdown of deadlifts on Thursday and then bench on Saturday. In the end, we had just a bench and a deadlift day on Saturday. So I got back on Friday. Only issue was down there, I had tweaked my pec and kind of my elbow from bench on my speed bench day or secondary bench. Basically what happened was I was doing spotos, and on my one side, if I don't do it correctly, my nerve gets caught in the bone spurs on the one side, and it hurts like hell. And that's kind of what happened. Tried to push through for reps for my back downs, and it was just a no-go. So we racked it, but I definitely felt like I tweaked my pec. So that being said, on Saturday, I had just supposed to be an easy couple of singles at, I believe, 235 kilograms or 518 pounds. That was, I took one single. It felt like it was tight as hell. I did not want to take another one. I was tempoing. I was taking my time. Did not want to have to deal with that. So no back downs with those. I also had a couple of sets at, I believe, 606, 275 kilograms for deadlifts. Week prior, when I was pulling with straps for this 305, 672, again, like I had missed it, kind of was mad, just put on straps, pulled it right after, and I think I kind of did something to myself. It was not the most comfortable to pull for deads, and we just then called it good there. So in the end, happy that we made it through the prep. I think I finished with a 900, I don't really remember, 900 kilogram total. Definitely wanted to hit over 2K, but we had a couple of mishaps. But again, that lines me up pretty well for the meet. Just hope that everything can start feeling better and recover. That being said, like, comment, and subscribe. I offer online coaching if interested. I also offer templates for 8, 12, and 16-week peaking programs, as well as 12-week squat, bench, and deadlift only programs as well. Now, I probably won't be making any videos for another 2 weeks. Next time you'll see a video will probably be my meet recap. Other than that, enjoy my bench and deadlift. This is how
This is how I roll.